Hi, I'm Suchandra. I'm from India. I was born and brought up in Kolkata. It's also called the City of Joy, and a city known for its rich culture and heritage and art and music and poetry and everything good and creative that you can imagine. My art, it has an very interesting story how it started. So I was a very, very, very talkative child, very talkative. And I did not need anyone to talk to. I could go on for hours talking to myself, talking and listening at the same time. And so my mom used to look for ways to keep me quiet and busy so that I don't keep on talking. And when all her efforts literally failed, she's one day discovered that drawing is something that can keep me quiet for more than 5 minutes. And how it happened, how did she discover this, is that, like a very obedient, good younger sister, I used to follow my brother everywhere he went. His friends were my friends, so if he would go out for playing, I would follow him. If he went to the kindergarten, I would follow him everywhere. One day, I discovered that he goes to a neighborhood art class, and I'm still, not told about it. And I discovered it, and I was very upset with this, that, he is going alone. How is it possible that I am not going with him? So I told my mom that, I have to go there because, my brother is going. How is it possible that I'm not going? So she said she was very apprehensive, and she was very confident that I will not be taken there only because of the reason I talk, and I'm going to disturb all the other children there. So she kind of tried her best to convince me that this is not the place where I can send you. And I was trying my best to convince her that this is the place I must go to because my brother is going. That was my only purpose in life, to follow him everywhere. So we came to a conclusion that it was kind of a deal between us that, okay, we will give it a try, we'll give it a shot. She will send me for just one class. And then let's see how it goes. And she said, if you can't sit for more than 5-10 minutes there, next day onwards, you're not going there. So I said, okay, fine. And we agreed. And after an hour, when my mom went there to, bring us back, both of us, she was very, very surprised to learn that I was sitting there for 1 hour quietly doing everything that I was asked to do. I was following all the instructions from the teacher. And he said, she is such a good and quiet girl. She doesn't talk. And my mom, I think she got the biggest shock of her life. And that's how it started. Back then, it was nothing but a fun activity for me, playing with colors, pastels, chalks, pencils. But then over the years, I realized that this has become my best friend. This has become an integral part of my life. The first thing that comes to my mind when I hear the word love is a palette full of bright colors, brushes. And for me, every occasion of celebration is probably buying a color box or a tube of color or a new set of brushes, and it has been with me through all ups and downs of my life. My work is very, very deeply inspired by nature. If you see the intricate patterns I make, they are all from, maybe as small as a leaf. I try to see how the details are there in a leaf, or even a branch of a tree, or even a flower, the different shades of red, yellow, even the sky, if you see a sunset or a sunrise, you see the sky is painted in different shades of red, yellow, even blue. So, and then there is a bit of darkness around it. So I love those shades, the different types of, colors changing at every moment. And I think that inspires me to work and use the different types of colors that I use in my painting. At the same time, it is also, inspired by the different forms of Indian folk art. So, for example, if this one is, it has a mix of some mandala patterns, as well as patterns. One particular type of pattern from Madhubani, which is called Kachni, where they use very fine lines and they are mostly in red and black. And also Lord Ganesha, he's also called the elephant god because his head is of an elephant. And I wouldn't say that I have portrayed Lord Ganesha here, but I wanted to try making an elephant head look more beautiful and more aesthetic, and that was the idea behind this one. How this became a profession is, when I was in India, a lot of my very close friends and, extended family, my close family members, they often ask me this question that why don't you make it your full-time profession, like a full-time job? And initially I was very reluctant because I didn't want to make it, turn it in a way wherein I will only see it as just, a piece of art making and just for the purpose of selling it. Rather, I used to enjoy. So I had a lot of apprehension about it, but then, people would ask to make paintings. They would commission me for a piece of art. I've made different types of paintings, except portrait. Portrait is something that I prefer not to do because I don't find my strength there. But yes, and then Mojaartshop was born in Kraków. I thought maybe I should turn it into a full-fledged business idea and give it a name, make it a brand, an identity. From the name you can understand Moja in Polish means mine. So it's my art shop. That's how I started. My paintings were bought by people located across the globe, in different parts of the globe. And I'm happy because each time, someone buys a painting, I know I'm selling a part of my life or sending away a part of my life. But that also gives me joy because, it finds its permanent home. People like my work and I get support and appreciation and love, and that's how I think I get rewarded with the love and support that I get. To be very honest, when I came to this city, I had no idea as to, what the city is going to offer. This was the first European city that I was visiting. Not just visiting, we were planning to come and stay. And so I had no idea about, what life has to offer. So I came with an open mind. And of course, we were, as a family, both of us were welcomed with open arms. As a city, I find it obviously very beautiful in terms of its beauty and architecture. Also, I have seen people exploring different types of art. It's not just painting. I've been to different concerts and different, workshops. There's a whole lot of things that happen throughout the year, and that's what makes it so lively. As a city, it has been so far very, very welcoming. People have been very nice and very kind with us, and not just Polish people. We've got very good friends from different parts of the world. We have friends from Ukraine, we have friends from Portugal, from Greece, and of course also from India. So we've created our own happy space network with different people. The only challenge that we face still is the language. I did the first level of Polish. So for us, we can manage, at a grocery store or at an apteka or a cafe, we can manage. It's not that it's impossible to learn, but it's difficult, and that's fine. I mean, we are still trying to learn. As an artist, I would obviously, every artist dreams to have his or her solo exhibition, which is, gives the platform or offers the platform to express himself or herself to a broader audience. So obviously I'm no exception to it. So I look forward to having my series of solo exhibitions someday, and not just solo exhibitions. I'm okay to, have exhibitions with other artists. So that also gives people the idea of how I work and other people work. So obviously exhibition. I also have a dream, I don't know when this will happen, but I also have a dream of having my own studio as an artist. The reason why it hasn't happened so far is I've always had a traveling job. The opportunity never occurred that, I could have my own studio. But I think, as I said, Mojaartshop used to be a dream which I had nurtured for many years, but it finally took shape, got a name in Kraków. So someday I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I will have my own studio which people can come and visit, and I will be able to display more paintings and make more paintings in my own way, have my own space to keep my art materials, the way I want to, design my own workspace the way I want to display everything the way I want. So and as I said, have my exhibitions also everywhere.